Okay, hello, my name is Rilla. I am a first year student at New York University, and today I'm going to be talking about how I got into NYU and my tips and advice to anybody who is applying in right now. It's a disclaimer. This is not a 100% guarantee that you're going to get into NYU. Do not sue me if you don't get into NYU. I have a lot of friends who are in high school who are actually applying into NYU, so I made this video for them and anybody else who is kind of stressed out about the whole process, just to make it easier. So if you guys find this helpful, go ahead and subscribe. I don't really post YouTube videos, but I might start if people find this helpful and just post more NYU related stuff. But yeah, I do work as an admissions ambassador, so I interact with students who want to come to NYU a lot. So I know the feeling is really, really stressful, and that is why I made this video. So I decided to separate my advice into 5 main tips. And the first one is ask yourself what makes you unique and what makes you you. I think the thing about NYU is they don't really want someone who's going to be great at 500 things. They really just are okay if you really, really love one thing and you've excelled in it and you've done a bunch of stuff in extracurriculars related to that one thing. For example, when I was applying into NYU, my sort of overarching theme for my application was social justice and writing. Those were the 2 main things that I really, really loved during high school. So I talked about how I did a lot of extracurriculars that were related to social justice, and I talked about how I loved writing and how I really, really deepened my passion for those 2 things, and how when I come to NYU, I want to pursue those things as well, which leads me to my next point, which is the Why NYU essay, which is a really, really big part of the application, in my opinion. I think it's the one thing that the counselors look at that's not your GPA or your SAT score. It's really just your one chance after you finished everything in high school to just tell them why you're perfect for NYU. And one piece of advice that I would give to anybody is to not write about why you want to go to school in New York City, but why you want to go to school at NYU. Because if you want to go to school in New York City, you can apply to Columbia or the New School or any of those other institutions that are located in the city as well. You really just want to take that opportunity to talk about why you want to go to NYU, whether you're going to talk about the global experiences, the amazing staff, the research opportunities, talk about why you really, really want to go to NYU as an institution. So for example, if you do your research and you look up this one class that's only offered by a professor who teaches at NYU, you can put that in your essay and talk about how you want to take this class and it can't be offered anywhere else, and you really, really love this professor, and then use that to talk about how amazing the staff is. Talk about something really, really unique to the school that you think would be perfect for you. Acceptance rate for NYU has gone down significantly in the past 3 years, so it's kind of hard to get in, which is why I was freaking out, because my SAT score and GPA were nowhere near the average when I was applying. But I wouldn't let that stop you from applying. Obviously your grades have to be good. It is a school full of people who have really pushed themselves academically, and when you get there it is still very hard. But I wouldn't let that stop you from applying, because I didn't have the average SAT score or the average GPA, and I had gotten suspended my junior year of high school, so I was not thinking that any college would accept me, specifically NYU. But I applied in and I got in, and I was really, really happy, and that made me realize that sometimes if one part of your application is lacking, if you have a little bit of a lower GPA, if you did really, really great extracurriculars, maybe that can make up for it. They do say that they take a comprehensive look at your application and they don't just throw you in the trash pile if you have a lower GPA than the average. Maybe you should just make sure that you have a balanced application, so if you feel like you are lacking with your SAT score, really make up for it in your essay or talk about the extracurriculars that you did as well. And so that leads to my 4th point, which is leadership and extracurriculars. I've come to realize that being a part of 500 clubs isn't really that great of an accomplishment, but being the president of maybe 2 clubs is, because you really just want to show, like I said before, you really just want to show what your passion is and how you've pursued it. Instead of doing 10 different things, do one thing that you really, really love and are passionate about. And then lastly, I would just say don't really stress out about the application process. Once you submit it, there's really no point in stressing out over it. You just have to wait for the deadline and the decision. Although NYU is an amazing institution and I love going here, and I really hope that if you're applying, you do get to come here. It's not worth getting super upset over. Wherever you end up is where you're meant to be, and you can make the best of it. That's kind of all the tips that I had. I wanted to make it short and sweet, but kind of give like a rundown of what you should be looking out for when you're applying. If this video was helpful, I might make more stuff related to NYU, like a day in the life of an NYU student, or just like a dorm tour or whatever. But yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching.